Okay, have you ever thought about writing your life story, but then you just stopped? Because where do you even begin? Well, in this explainer, we're going to look at a service called Legacystream AI. It's trying to solve that exact problem by mixing a very human touch with some pretty powerful AI. I mean, seriously, think about that question. How do you take decades of memories, experiences, all the ups and downs, and somehow get all of that into a single book? It's a massive undertaking, right? Especially if you don't really see yourself as a writer. So this is where Legacystream.ai steps in. They're positioning themselves as a kind of modern-day solution to this age-old challenge, offering a clear, structured way to get your story down on paper. At its heart, Legacystream is a tag-team effort. You're not just left alone with some software. You actually get a real, human legacy coach to guide you, while this dedicated AI assistant does all the heavy lifting of, gathering and sorting through your memories. This quote right here really gets to the core of what they're doing. The two big words are systematic and easy to use. The whole point is to take away all those hurdles that stop most people from even starting a project like this.
So how does it really work, step by step? Let's dive into their 5-phase process. Think of it like a roadmap that takes you from that very first idea all the way to a finished biography. And here's the whole journey, right there. It kicks off with onboarding, then dives into collecting your stories, first by time, then by theme. After that, you'll pick the style for the book, and finally, it all gets drafted and delivered to you.
Now this is what I find really cool, this clear division of labor. Your human legacy coach is basically your strategist, your guide. Meanwhile, the AI assistant, or AIA, is like your tireless personal interviewer. It runs the calls, it transcribes everything, and it keeps it all organized. The whole process kicks off in a really unique way. Before you even have to remember much, the AI actually searches through public records to build a kind of rough draft summary of your life. So your first call is all about going over that report, correcting things, adding details, and filling in the big gaps. Okay, so once that basic foundation is laid, you move into the real core of the service, the actual story-gathering sessions, all led by that AI assistant. And they split these interviews into two really distinct phases. Phase 2 is all about the what happened. It's the timeline, the events, the facts. But then Phase 3 goes so much deeper. It asks, what did it all mean? That's where you explore the themes, the values, the reasons behind it all. So Phase 2, the chronological part, is pretty straightforward. It breaks your life down into these 3 major chapters. You'll do a dedicated 1-hour call with the AI for each one, and you can always schedule more time if you need to dig deeper into a certain period. And then you get to Phase 3, and this is where the real magic happens. The AI starts prompting you with themes like these to get past just the sequence of events. It's asking about challenges, dreams, even mistakes, all to uncover the real heart of your story. And what about all those old photos and home videos? Well, they've got a special process for that. You just upload everything to a secure link, and then you hop on a video call to actually talk through the story behind each picture, making sure none of that amazing context gets lost. Okay, so you've poured out all these memories and stories. How does all of that raw material actually become a book? Well, that brings us to the final stages of the process. And here we see that human-AI partnership again. First, you get to pick the style you want for the book. Then an AI agent takes all your stories and writes the very first draft. But, and this is so important, a team of human ghostwriters then takes that draft and reviews, edits, and polishes it into the final version. Yeah, the goal of this final part isn't just to list facts. It's to use what they call stylized writing to capture the essence of who you are. Basically, they want to make sure the final book really truly sounds like you.
All right, let's talk brass tacks. You've gone through this whole journey. What do you actually get at the end, and what does it cost?
So the main thing you get is the primary biography, a polished PDF of your life story. But you also get something else that's really valuable. Permanent access to a secure digital library that has all of your raw materials, like the full transcripts of your calls, your photos, and videos. The way the pricing works is you start with a one-time setup fee of $899. This basically covers that initial profile report and getting you onboarded with your human legacy coach. After that, it's a monthly subscription of $149. Now, there is a minimum 5-month commitment because that's about how long they figure it takes to get through the whole core process and finish the book.
And for anyone who wants to take things a step further, they do offer extra services you can buy separately. Things like getting your book published in a physical hard copy, or even creating a conversational video avatar of yourself.
You know, all of this leaves you with one big question. Whether you use a service like this or just grab a notebook, technology is really changing how we can preserve our stories. And it makes you wonder, what's the story that you're going to leave behind?